And good morning once again, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to another Living Hope Today study. Today we find ourselves in 1 Samuel chapter 9, and this is super insightful. It's under the surface. But when somebody writes a story, well, they get to decide what they're going to include in the details of the story. Was it a hot day or a cold day? Was the sky raining, or was it snowing, or did the guy wear boots, or did the guy wear shoes? I mean, every little detail the author gets to decide what are they going to put in the story. And what point are they making when they choose the details that they choose? We'll see this play out today in 1 Samuel 9 in a way that might surprise you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. 9:1. Here we go. There was a Benjamite. A Benjamite. Okay, so we're going to start with the tribe. There was a Benjamite. Do you remember? Do you remember what happened in the book of Judges with Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin? I remember. I think it's Judges 19 to 21, somewhere in there. Benjamin is the tribe that rapes this guy's concubine all night. He cuts the concubine up and sends parts of her body all over Israel to say, look to the level that we've fallen. And the Benjamites are the instigators, or the cause, I should say, of the civil war in Israel. So what do we know about Benjamin? Well, it's one of the smallest tribes, if not the smallest tribe. They have fallen to a moral low that is almost indescribable. It does say they're good warriors, but it also says, I think there's only 600 guys left after the Civil War. In fact, there's so few left that they have to try to find wives for these Benjamites because the rest of the tribe has been wiped out. So that's one detail we're given. There was a Benjamite, a man of standing whose name was Kish, son of Abiel, a son of Zeror, a son of Bechorath, a son of Aphiah of Benjamin. Another thing to think about. We're going to talk about the introduction to the king today, right? What tribe is going to see God's king? Do you remember? Judah. Is this talking about a guy from the tribe of Judah? No. There's another clue. He had a son named Saul. Okay, cool. The guy's name is Saul. He's an impressive young man. In fact, he's without equal among the Israelites, a head taller than any of the others. I mean, we're talking tall, dark, handsome, impressive. Nobody can compare, but it's all surface. Do you see that the emphasis here is on outward appearance? It's not on inward quality. What's the author trying to tell us? And look at the first mission. Now the donkeys belonging to Saul's father Kish were lost. And Kish said to his son Saul, take one of the servants with you and go and look for the donkeys. So the first mission we're introduced to when Saul is brought into the picture is he's out looking for his donkeys, right? I mean, there's got to be some irony to that, doesn't there? I mean, just think about the details the author brings forward. So he passed through the hill country of Ephraim and through the area around Shalisha. They did not find them. So he's out looking for his donkeys and he can't find them. Failure. Wow, okay. They went on into the district of Sha'alim, but the donkeys were not there. Well, we're failing. We're not able to even find our own donkeys. All right, then he passed through the territory of Benjamin, but they did not find them. Okay, so our introduction to Saul, he's out there looking for his donkeys, and he can't find his donkeys. Doesn't sound too kingly yet, does it? When they reached the district of Zuph, Saul said to the servant who was with him, "Come, What? Let's go back. So instead of mission accomplished, the next thing emphasized to us is Saul saying, hey, let's quit. We didn't get it done. Oh, well, let's go back home. Or my father's going to stop thinking about the donkeys and start worrying about us. Oh, yeah, we don't want Dad to worry about us. We don't care if we find the donkeys. We'll just go tell him we didn't do it. It didn't work out. And then look at the shift, the contrast that the author brings us to. But the servant replied, okay? Look, in this town, there is, what? A man of God. Oh, we're going to talk about God now. Is it from the lips of Saul, who's energetically trying to pursue what God wants for his life? No, Saul's the guy that can't find his donkeys, and he's going back home because he's giving up. And the servant says, you know what, maybe we should ask God what to do. Let's go find that man of God. He's highly respected, and everything he says comes true. Hey, let's go there now. Perhaps he will tell us the way to take. Oh, we should look for divine help. Is Saul the one initiating? No, Saul is not the one initiating that. Who's doing it? The servant. What picture's being drawn for us? Saul said to his servant, well, if we go, what can we give the man? The food in our sacks is gone. We have no gift to take to the man of God. What do we have? Saul's concern, we need to pay this guy. The servant answered him again. Again, look where the instruction comes from. The servant, not from Saul. Look, he said, I have 1/4 of a shekel of silver. I will give it to the man of God, so that he will tell us what way to take. The servant is the one bringing the godly influence into the passage. The servant is the one saying, let's go talk to the man of God. We'll pay him what we have. And he's going to do it. Why? Because God talks through him. I believe. I have faith. Has Saul said anything like that? No. Formerly in Israel, if a man went to inquire of God, he would say, come, let us go to the seer, because the prophet of today used to be called a seer. So now we get this narrator's comment. All right, let me just give you a little background on what's happening in 1 Samuel 9. Back in the day, when people wanted to consult God or look for the prophet or the seer, they would say this sentence, come, let us go to the seer. All right? That was the way to proclaim the fact that you were going to consult God or the man of God and look for the direction of God about your problem. Next verse. Good. Saul said to his servant, come, let's go. Wait a minute. I thought if you're going to go look for a prophet, you should say, come, let's go to the seer. The very next verse, Saul doesn't say that. Come, let's go. Oh, just why does the author put it like this? He's showing us incompetence, even from the beginning. So they set out for the town where the man of God was. As they were going up the hill to the town, they met some girls coming out to draw water. And they asked them, is the seer here? We're looking for the prophet. What is the author bringing us to? Saul is now asking direction from some girls that are going out to draw water. He has no understanding of where he is or what he should do or how to proceed. Okay. They say, well, he is. They answered, he's ahead of you. Hurry now. He has just come to our town today, for the people have a sacrifice at the high place. So Saul's asking directions from these water girls, and they're giving him direction and telling him what to do. All right. In the culture, this would be looked at as not ideal. Okay. As soon as you enter the town, you will find him before he goes up to the high place to eat. The people will not begin eating. Wait a minute. The people will not begin eating until he comes, because he must bless the sacrifice. Now, you're not aware of this yet. We're not that far into the story, but these water girls are telling the future King Saul that when you deal with Samuel and when you deal with this kind of celebration and sacrifice, you always have to wait for the prophet before anything really gets started. Why is that significant? Well, we'll see later in the story that these water girls know what's going on, but the king of Israel, Saul himself, doesn't remember this. But right from jump, he has been instructed on protocol. All right, by the water girls. Okay. Afterward, those who are invited will eat. Go up now. You should find him about this time. All right, they're telling him what to do. They went up to the town, and as they were entering it, there was Samuel coming toward them on his way up to the high place. So, what happens? Saul greets the prophet. Now, the day before Saul came, the Lord had revealed this to Samuel. Oh, okay, so we're going to take a little breather here. The narrator is going to tell us something about what God's position is in all this. About this time tomorrow, I will send you a man from the land of Benjamin. Anoint him leader over my people Israel. Notice how God includes the fact that these are his people. But he's going to acquiesce to their request and give him a king. He will deliver my people from the hand of the Philistines. Well, he's even going to give them the power to fight. All right? That sounds pretty good. I have looked upon my people, for their cry has reached me. Okay, I'm going to answer their prayer. This is the guy, Samuel, when you see him, anoint him. When Samuel caught sight of Saul, the Lord said to him, this is the man I spoke to you about. He will govern my people. So Samuel the prophet has identification, confirmation from the Lord himself that he is to anoint Saul king. Saul approached Samuel in the gateway and asked, come on, Saul, would you please tell me where the seer's house is? He's standing right in front of the prophet, and what does the author bring forward? He doesn't recognize that Samuel is the prophet. He wants to know where the guy's house is. Again, just see how this gets painted as the details come forward. And so Samuel says, I am the seer, Samuel replied. You're standing in front of him. You don't have to go find his house. Here I am. Go up ahead of me to the high place, for today you are to eat with me, and in the morning I will let you go, and will tell you all that is in your heart. Look at this. Samuel has such a connection to God. He knows that he's going to be able to predict and tell Saul what's happening. In fact, there hasn't been any discussion about Saul going to find his donkeys. Okay, none of that's been brought up, but now the prophet says it right here. Hey, as for the donkeys you lost 3 days ago, don't worry about them. They've been found. Oh, so you didn't do anything, but God answered your dad's prayer, and he found his donkeys. And to whom is all the desire of Israel turned, if not to you and all your father's family? Well, what's happening now? The light is starting to come on for Saul. Hey, Saul, something big is happening here. You thought you were out looking for your donkeys, and in the end, all of Israel is going to desire you. They're turning to you. They're turning to your father's family. Saul answered, but am I not a Benjamite from the smallest tribe of Israel, and is not my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin? Why do you say such a thing to me? Again, what is the narrator telling us? Saul has no idea, no understanding at all about what God's about to do. Then Samuel brought Saul and his servant into the hall and seated them at the head of those who were invited, about 30 in number. Notice, Saul gets seated at the head. I'm sure that's got to be bewildering to him. Why am I at the head of the table? Samuel said to the cook, bring the piece of meat I gave you, the one I told you to lay aside. What does this mean? Samuel has prepared this moment. He's understood God's call. The king will be coming, even though he doesn't know he's going to be king, even though he doesn't understand anything about what's going on. I'll reserve the special meat for him. So the cook took up the leg with what was on it and set it in front of Saul. And Samuel said, "Here is what has been kept for you. Eat, because it was set aside for you for this occasion from the time I said, I have invited guests." And Saul dined with Samuel that day. There's no real mention of Saul's understanding here at all. After they came down from the high place of the town, Samuel talked with Saul on the roof of the house, and they rose about daybreak. And Samuel called to Saul on the roof, "Get ready, and I will send you on your way." When Saul got ready, he and Samuel went outside together. So it's time to depart. As they were going down to the edge of the town, Samuel said to Saul, "Tell the servant to go on ahead of us." And the servant did so. "But you stay here a while so that I may give you a message from God." God's intervening, God's acquiescing to the people's request. But just look at how this story plays out. He's a Benjamite. He's not from Judah. He's from a tribe that's very violent and immorally reprehensible and almost extinct. His appearance is impressive outwardly, but his first mission is to find the donkeys. And his first mission fails miserably. He never does find the donkeys. And his servant is the one that says, "We should ask God. We should go find the prophet." And the girls tell him, "Well, the prophet's over here." And the girls tell him, "This is how the sacrificial protocol works. You need to wait for the prophet." And Saul asks Samuel for direction to the seer's house. You see how the details just continue to add up until we're left with a picture of Saul that includes basic incompetence, basic not understanding anything. Well, we'll pick it up there next time as this goes forward. It's a fascinating study. God bless you, church. Serve him well.
Who is it who for sinners shed his blood, and now for cleansing all can plunge beneath that flood? It's Jesus. But do you know who he is? He's the image of the invisible God, and he's the brightness of his glory, the first, the last, the future, the past. He is God.